Beautiful. Hello, welcome. We have a delightful 30-minute session of Yin today. You may want to have a blanket and a block for support, and otherwise, let's dive in because 30 minutes will fly by when it comes to Yin, I think anyway. But for some of us, it doesn't go so fast. So let's just see what happens today, starting in a square pose with your right leg in front. So you're in a cross-legged position, but we aim to shift the shins forward with the idea of knees and ankles kind of stacking, okay? But really just like aligning. You try to make more of a square type shape. It really looks more like a triangle to me, but whatever, details, right? So let's settle in here. Anchor in through the abdomen. So feel your navel draw in and observe how your sit bones get heavier here. And let's just maintain the focus on that abdominal and pelvic region and maintain the alignment and the balance through the sit bones. Allow your breath to simply be natural, moving in and out. And allow your spine and your upper body really simply just to gradually move to spaces where you feel more aligned, where you feel like you can breathe better and you feel like you can sit taller. Allowing the body to find its own way, but you're giving suggestion on how to get there. Now you could stay in this position, or if available, slide your right ankle on top of the left knee and come into double pigeon. Sitting tall here, again, anchor in through the abdomen. Let's bring the palms to the soles of the feet and just press hands into feet, feet into hands. Notice the lengthening action through the waistline. Draw your elbows toward the waistline and start to get tall more actively through the spine here. And then ease off, let your hands simply relax wherever it's comfortable. Breathe in and breathe out. If available, you could slowly fold the upper body forward. Hands can support you wherever that's comfortable. Sternum draws slightly forward, so we don't really round too much through the back here. Notice your breath just naturally moving in and out of the nose. Find the sweet spot for your breathing. As you inhale, slowly bring yourself up. Take your time. Walk the hands over to the left and let the sole of your right foot come down to the mat. So your right knee faces the ceiling. Your chest is facing toward the left. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, shift your left hip away from the mat and adjust the left leg back into a lunge. Now make sure you have your block nearby if you need. Stay up on your palms though, and then fire up the left leg. Feel a sense of your right hip pulling back, your left heel pulling back. Your sternum pulling straight ahead of you. And your legs are strong. So again, focus on the legs. Heart is open, but super strong legs. Fire breathing dragon. Nice and easy. Lower the left knee down. Scooch the knee back in a little closer so you're in a 90-90 lunge. Slide the left knee in line with the right heel. Sit back on your left hip. And now shift to Gomukhasana. So the right knee is on top. Use whatever prop support you need. We're aiming to have both sit bones on the ground. Doesn't necessarily happen. So be where you need to. Inch the heels away from you to your edge. And let's bring the left hand to the back, elbow to the ceiling, right hand onto the left elbow. Press your head into your arm, and then hinge a little bit to the right. You could look down to the right armpit, and then you could look up to the left elbow. And then look down to your right armpit and release the hands over to the right. So wherever it's comfortable, we just land in a twist, start to sit tall. And perhaps look toward your right shoulder and beyond. Come back to center and fold forward. Anchor in through your hips. Perhaps your forehead can tap your top knee. If that feels really far and you have an extra block around, you could put your block on top of your knee to bring the two spaces together. Use your hands on the ground to help anchor your hips down. Shoulders away from ears. Breath in and out of the nose. See if you can breathe into the lower back a little bit more. Even encourage breath toward your hips. Sink a little deeper. Notice all the spaces getting a lovely squeeze. And inhale. Bring your upper body up. Now lean to the left. You could use your left hand to help you. The right leg is sweeping around back into half hero's pose, and your left leg is staying in that bent position. So you're facing to the right now. So your chest is trying to face the same way as your right knee and the sole of your left foot ish. Because then you could grab your left foot or ankle or calf and just gently open your chest a little bit more. Breathe in and breathe out here. So just working the half heroes on the right side, but your right hip is likely lifted a little bit. And that's okay, it's what we're going for right now. Because when you're ready, come back to center and now lengthen your left leg just straight out from the left hip. Now we can adjust our legs so you still have right knee in half heroes pose and we sit tall. And exhale, walk the hands forward, straight out from the pelvis. So it's almost like you're in a wide leg seated position. It's just that one of your legs is in hero's pose. We breathe in and breathe out. So of course, this can feel like a lot on the knees if there's a lot of tension in the hips or if there are injuries or anything like that. So be kind to yourself here. And work the same principles as we would in half hero's pose and in a wide-legged position. So sit bones are on the mat. You might want to feel your legs get a little bit wider. Sometimes that makes it feel even more accessible. Just a few more cycles of breath here. Lots of big stretches for the groin. We're really getting into, the whole hip region, tapping into all the angles today. Let's inhale to come all the way up. Lean to the left to sweep your right leg forward all the way. Sit tall in your Dandasana staff pose. You might notice a difference between the sides right now. We've been working the whole general area, but we have worked more of the right side. So just see how you're feeling. Continue to sit tall, and on your exhale, navel draws in, chest pulls forward. You can grab calves, ankles, shins, the feet, whatever works. Hands could come behind you. See how that feels. Breathe in and breathe out. And again, we're looking for the space where we can breathe with ease. So if your breath feels really relaxed and your body is able to soften into these spaces and shapes, then you're finding the beautiful key to our yin practice. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe the head can relax and you can look toward your shins. You may be able to think of the Okay, we got cut off there a little bit, so I will hop right back in. We're in our square pose with the left leg in front. So left shin in front of right shin. Hanging out here, enjoying this space. Sit nice and tall. And remember what we were working on when we first started the other side. So the navel draws in, the hips anchor down. Everything else just aligns naturally, allowing your body to tune into its own intelligence. Left foot and ankle can come on top of the right knee, creating your double pigeon or fire log pose on this side. Notice the differences between the sides. It's amazing what will shift when you really put effort into practicing these postures on a regular basis. So that doesn't have to be every day, but like once a week, you want to start getting your body used to these positions, because the things that we do every day, like sitting in chairs, sitting in cars, all of our sports activities, like living life, they all put pressure on the body. And a lot of that pressure can get stuck in the hips. So it's so important to just really give yourself opportunity to observe the stuck spaces and breathe with them. Maybe the palms are onto the soles of the feet, and you can fold forward here. See how that feels. And then ease off with your grip. Maybe your palms come toward the ground. Anchor in through the navel and your hips. Be sure to draw the chin away from the sternum so that you don't collapse in through the throat. Keep lots of space open to breathe. Inhale, slowly come all the way up. Exhale, look over to the right and bring your hands down and your left foot down. And just hang out here for a moment, open your chest a little bit more, and then gather a little bit of strength to lift your right hip away from the floor, adjust the knee a little over to the right and back, finding your dragon's lunge with the palms on the mat. Chest pulls forward and fire up your back leg. So you're in a fire breathing dragon. Really addressing your ability to utilize the strength in your lower body, but also find a balance of softening here. So you want to be able to feel like you could pull yourself forward in a big step. Wrap your inner right thigh in. Strengthen the legs. Chest pulls forward. Breathe in, breathe out. And lower the right knee. Scooch it in. Scooch it back behind the left heel. Lay back on the right hip to land in your Gomukhasana. So take your time, squeeze one knee over the other-ish, and you can always do the half version. So honor your body. Sit tall, breathe in. Anchor the hips, breathe out. Right arm comes up so we can pat ourselves on the back on this side. Left hand comes onto the right elbow. Just give it a little pull over to the left and hang out here. Tall spine, head gently presses into the right arm. Enjoy a lovely hinge over to the left. And you could look down to the left armpit. And up to the right elbow. And down to the left armpit. And gently release the hands over to the left, wherever is comfortable, and start to sit tall in your twist. Maybe looking beyond the left shoulder. Steady breathing in and out of the nose. Tip of tongue to roof of mouth. Gently release to face center. And we'll fold over the legs. Allowing the body to get used to this shape, so really anchor the hips down. Use your hands on the floor in front of you to keep the weight in your hips. We're not aiming to feel a bunch of pressure on the knees. If available, your forehead could rest toward your top knee or on a block. Breath is in and out of the nose. We're almost there. And nice and easy, let's come all the way up from here. Lean to the right. You can use your right hand on the ground so you can slowly sweep the left leg all the way back and around into half heroes with the left knee facing over to the top corner of the mat. Your right foot, toes are pointing out, sole is facing top edge of mat. Right hand could come to the right foot to help you rotate your chest that way. Awesome. Breathe in and out. And then lengthen your right leg straight out to the right. Adjust your hips. So we're in our Padikadasana prep pose. Left knee is in half heroes, sole of foot is facing up. Legs are in a wide position. And we sit tall, of course, using whatever props you may need for support. And on exhale, hands walk forward. straight ahead of the hips. Then pause here. Find your edge. Of course, make sure there's no pressure on the knees. And nice and easy, bring yourself up from here. Lean to the right so you can sweep your left leg all the way beside the right leg. Sit tall and enjoy a nice, easy forward fold. Breathe in and breathe out. And come all the way up. Drag the heels in as you bend the knees. Give the legs a lovely little shake. And let's turn to lay down on the back. Have your block handy. And use your hands to just lengthen your neck, pull your skull away from the shoulders a bit. Then grab your block. So we're going on pretty much the space between the lowest and the medium height here. So lift your head and send the block on its medium height underneath the back of your head. Now hang on to the block and pull the bottom edge toward you so that you end up resting on the back corner. Hold on to it with your hands and just gently rock your head side to side. So this massages that whole bottom ridge of the skull. It also brings awareness to the spaces where the nerves and ligaments pass through. So be kind to yourself here as you massage this stuff out. Beautiful. And then come into stillness. Adjust the block back to its medium setting, if you will, and on the flat edge, and just let your hands relax on your belly for a moment, enjoying that bit of traction. And we'll just hang out here for about a minute or so for the neck. Notice any areas of tension. See where you can soften. Take your time, hands come back onto the block. Now gently flip the block to its lowest setting, using it as a pillow here. And just gently rock the head side to side on a flat surface, or on the flat surface of the block, I should say. Beautiful. Come back to center. Mindfully slide the block out from under your head and let your skull lay down onto the mat. Shoulder blades flat. Right knee pulls into the chest. Left leg lengthens down. Left hand to the outer right knee. Pull the knee over and down toward the ground on the left side. As you reach your right fingers up and over to the right and look over to your right hand. So you're finding an active space through the twist, eventually landing into your expression of this twist today. Make sure your breath is in and out of your nose. Encourage your right knee closer to the ground, but try to do it with your muscular awareness. So in other words, try to do it by thinking about it. And nice and easy, start to bring yourself back to center. Adjust hips, both knees bent, feet on the mat. Shoulder blades flat. Left knee pulls into the chest, right leg lengthens down. Right hand to the outer left knee as the left hand goes up and over to the left, and you look to the left hand, draw the left knee over to the right. And move nice and slowly here. Let your body unfold. The body won't unfold under force. It likes to have some time to breathe with it. That's the beauty of yin. We stay in these positions at least for a few breath cycles. So there's time to unfold and see what happens. Smooth, easy breathing in and out of the nose. And nice and easy. Start to come back to center. Adjust your hips and lay the legs down one at a time. Shoulder blades flat. Rock your head side to side. Relax through the arms and legs. Close down through the eyes. Do a nice easy scan of your body as you breathe in and out. Notice the clear pathway the breath has through your body. And notice all the freedom you created in your body today. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Enjoy a lovely stretch through the body. Exhale, bring your knees to your chest. And roll to one side or straight up. Come into a seat. Palms come into prayer in front of the heart. Notice how your hips are feeling. And let's draw a full breath in of loving gratitude to ourselves. And a full breath out of loving gratitude for everyone else. And thank you for our practice today. Namaste. So parts 1 and 2 for today, because, well, surprises happen. Hope you feel amazing, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.